Chad Simmons of Rivals.com here with the, I would say, like living legend, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, this guy's the five-star player across the board, #1 player in the country, back-to-back state champion. But as humble as they come, the guy works hard, a difference maker without question on and off the field. Trevor, we know you're a Clemson commit. You've been that way since right before Christmas, late in 2016. Let's just talk about that a little bit. You've been there so many times. You've seen the new facilities. What's the vibe for you when you're on that Clemson campus now, being a commitment?
It's good. Their culture, that's the best culture. That's one of the reasons I committed there, and the people there are awesome, not to mention the facilities, but all of it together is just the best place for me.
What do you think about the new athletic village? Have you played putt-putt? Have you bowled a strike yet in the bowling alley? Have you slid down the slide yet? What's it like over there for you?
It's awesome. I've pretty much done all the stuff there, and it's a lot of fun.
I mean, I heard Dabo say that you can't help but smile when you slide down the slide. Is that pretty accurate for you?
Yeah, I'd say that's true. It puts you in a good mood before going to practice. I think it's a good idea.
I mean, there's a lot of reason he has to be smiling right now, Dabo being national champion, having a guy like you committed. His class projects to be one of the best in the country. You're going to be a big part of that, being committed, also being a recruiter for them as well. Who are some guys you're reaching out to, trying to convince them to be a Tiger like you?
I would say Zamir White, Justin Ross, Jamari, and Trey Hill. Jackson Carmen, yeah, I forgot him.
Let's touch on Justin Ross. Maybe a surprise that he was up kind of under the radar at Clemson here recently, a 5-star receiver, a guy that would love to probably catch passes from a guy like you. What do you tell a guy like that? What do you do to try to get in maybe his mind about why he should be a Clemson Tiger?
I think one thing, if you just watch Clemson, that tells him enough because they throw the ball so much. He'll have a chance to have a bunch of receptions and yards there, so I think that's the biggest thing.
Zamir White, how often do you guys talk? #1 running back in the country, 5-star kid from North Carolina. It seems like, Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, a lot of the same schools that you were involved with at one time. What's your communication like with him, and what's your vibe with where he's at with the process?
I'm not really sure. He's kind of hard to get a hold of sometimes, so I don't really talk to him as much as the other ones. I think he's more just with the coaches, but it's hard to tell right now which way he's leaning.
2 in-state kids for you real quick. Jamari Sawyer, 5-star offensive lineman, and then Trey Hill, one of the top 100 players in the country. Both offensive linemen, guys that would protect you and open holes for other running backs and so on at Clemson. What do you say into those guys? What's your take on who they're leaning towards and so on?
I think just a big selling point on Clemson for them is that Clemson's never been a school that's got the biggest linemen, the best linemen, like the highest ranked ones. So they can go in there and be a star, as in some other places there's a bunch of depth and you got to get through all that. But I think, and just the culture at Clemson, I think it fits both of them. So
does Clemson lead for those guys in your eyes?
I'm not sure really. I think it's.
How'd I know you would say that?
Do what?
How'd I know you would say that?
Yeah.
Let's talk about real quick, closing up here with Trevor. It came down to the people, the culture for you. What makes Clemson different? What makes it right for guys like yourself?
I think they're just genuine people. I think some places are too, but most places you get people that are kind of just not totally truthful to you. So I think every time I went there, it felt like they were genuine.
Trevor Lawrence, obviously a 5-star kid on and off the field, one of the top prospects in the past decade.